Welcome to Unchained, where we break free from outdated supply chain thinking. We're bringing you bold ideas and fresh perspectives that challenge the status quo. By pushing boundaries and redefining possibilities, we lead the way in shaping what's next. The future is now. Let's get started.
Hello, this is Michael Leen, and today I have Sameer Joshi with me. Sameer leads our EMEA and APAC business here at Bristlecone and is the head of our global auto business. In his position, he gets to talk to C-suite individuals at all the leading auto companies. And the reason we wanted to talk to you today is because I was talking to Sameer and he told me about some recent conversations that he's had about how auto supply chains are evolving, specifically around predictive AI. So Sameer, tell me about these conversations.
Yeah, first of all, thanks, Michael, for having me here. Super excited to talk on one of my passionate topics of automotive industry. So, taking the cue from the whole transformation that's redefining, reshaping supply chain in automotive industry, clearly, the need of the hour that I believe is, and this is again coming from conversation that I've had with the automotive CDOs, CIOs, is have a very inclusive supply chain driven by two clear challenges that they're facing. So one I've been hearing a lot is around the sustainability, which used to be more of a vision earlier for automotive players, and it has now become the need driven by significantly stringent regulations. That's one. The number two is the whole lot of electric powertrain and the autonomous technology advancements that are redefining their industry. So that's the conversation I'm having, Michael, with most of the CDOs, and the challenge that they are bringing up for providers like us is, hey, I'm working with some of the large service providers who are bringing in AI in supply chain. How do you ensure that from predicting the consumer demands, we also transition to anticipate the shifts in the market trends also? So that's where a lot of conversation. One of the CIOs.
So they're concerned about being reactive to being proactive, predicting demand, as you say. How are they doing that? So there's a lot of AI solutions out there. Some of them I'm sure our viewers use every day. But on the enterprise level, specifically with auto, what are some solutions that they're looking at, or do they have to build it themselves?
So I think, Michael, it's all about also leveraging their existing IT landscape. I mean, while, like they say, AI will be successful when you have a data that is fully cleansed up and that's fully meaningful for the organization. So that is where it is starting out. So what I mean by that is all these organizations are building their data platforms in first place to be able to get the maximum leverage out of the AI. That's the first step a lot of the companies have taken. Some of them are already advanced in their stage, some are still getting there. And clearly the objective that they're looking at, they have set KPIs, and there is a whole lot of organization change management that's being redefined, which is to reduce the excess inventory, the increase in efficiencies, and clearly improving the customer satisfaction. So one of the conversations, since you were asking about my discussion, this was with one of the CDO of a large tier 1 player, and he challenged that, Sameer, we are working with large service providers in the space of AI solving business KPIs, where I see you adding value as Bristlecone is in very specific supply chain centric area where demand forecasting, for example, can be transformed for us. So I just gave an example, right? That was where I just thought I'd give an example.
Yeah. So for their demand forecasting, so I understand they have to do a lot of cleanup and actually techie things. It's basically some housekeeping with their data processes. But when they actually get to the solution itself, are they using out-of-the-box solutions that then we would implement so they could use and help them learn how to use it? Or are there bespoke solutions that we're creating?
Yeah, that's a great question. So typically, it's again a combination. To be honest, there is no one-size-fits-all. I can again recollect one of the journey where we have transformed a tier 1 automotive player through leveraging one of the solutions that's called as demand.ai in Bristlecone, that helped them get $10 million plus, kind of investment per year with a machine learning driven demand forecasting. So that's one element. What we brought as a business impact was very, very interesting to the CDO I was talking about. So 50% reduction in demand forecasting, errors while they are doing the new product launches, which is super critical for their market's positioning. Number two, more than almost 10% decrease in the excess inventory cost, which was massive for them. So these become exciting conversation. And to answer fully your question, yes, they are deploying solutions like demand.ai, which Bristlecone brings in extensively, and a lot of customers are showing interest. But on top of that, they are also building and implementing some new solutions, so to speak.
So you mentioned sustainability as a key issue facing the auto industry. How does sustainability and AI tie into each other?
Well, that's disrupting a lot. So sustainability is now going all the way to the respective partners and doing the whole lot of supplier risk assessment, and risk mitigation becomes one of the areas where AI is being leveraged a lot, right? So AI is able to define and create some scenarios on which partners, which suppliers to go for certain components when an auto OEM is leveraging or deploying their for the vehicle, and be able to establish the connect with their initiative of sustainability. So which partners will meet their sustainability, where the risks lie, and building that pretty much on a real-time mode. This is able to give a significant risk mitigation option for the OEMs. So that's one area I can think of. Yeah.
You also mentioned regulation. So is that just using large language models to make sure everybody's compliant in all the different geos, or are they using AI in different ways?
So AI, again, so Europe, for example, right? If I take the example of Europe, now they are going through a large amount of ethics and AI and stringent regulations that is redefining again the way they are using. So for them, they have to use the consumer data in a very different way. With the now new regulations coming in, sustainability is going to the absolute next level. So it is starting with the scope 3 emissions, where people are first looking at how do I at least capture, right? How do I at least record? And that's becoming the first step. US, on the other hand, is slightly more advanced, and these challenges on regulations are not that stringent. That's my understanding. But again, it's still getting there. India, at the same time, India APAC is going through other regulations like FAME and so on and so forth.
This is all fascinating. Now, Sameer, I know you've loved cars since you were a kid, and you've seen a lot of changes because you've been following the industry since you were a kid through starting your career to now. How do you see that auto supply chains are fundamentally changing? Where do you see it going in the next 2 to 3 years? And what are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, great. Very interesting. So this is again based on a lot of these conversations I've had, honestly, and I've built some of my thought process around it. So the way it has transformed the whole automotive industry, Michael, the future of supply chain will rely heavily on AI. It's no longer reacting to demand in time, but it's also about predicting and preparing actually in real time. That's the need of the hour, and that's where the industry is.
Fascinating. Sameer, thank you. This was an excellent conversation, and I hope we can pick it up again soon.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it, Michael.